Somehow or other, it disturbed her profoundly that this muscle addict, in the course of flexing his ultra, hyper, super macho masculinage, what with his fine show of cigar sucking, pelve revolving, chest thumping, and all the rest, appeared to be overcompensating for some clandestine deficiency or other. A smaller than average sized schnitzel, perhaps? Though, in spite of her extravagant suspicions thereanent, she couldn't quite put her finger on what exactly, aside from this manly man's excess avoirdupois, his shortcomings might be, or in what way or ways such things might eventually affect the outcome of her evening. Occasionally, one or two of Garrett's colleagues vouched to exchange a word of small talk with La Princesse. Howbeit, this only occurred at the very moments, as if meticulously orchestrated and or choreographed long in advance for the purpose of maximizing her discomposure, when her mouth happened to be choke full of whatever edible substances she was chewing on, whether dried cranberries, pistachios, spinach leaves, bite-sized chunks of chicken, grape halves, Kashkaval cheese shavings, pine nuts, pickled capers, pomegranate seeds, or diverse combinations thereof, which made it ungracefully awkward for her to reciprocate the pleasantries, and caused it to appear thereby, from the scornful perspective of Garrett and his colleagues, that she was being crudely discourteous towards them. The strange thing about it was that the interrogative constructions they directed at her, at least at the outset, seemed to be credibly spontaneous, as if there was nothing whatever one could justifiably interpret in any way, shape, or form as being malevolently snide or studiously conspiratorial on the part of her inquisitors in connection with the clocking and delivery of their queries, to say nothing of the overall comportment of their inquest, at least not insofar as the tempos, attacks, cadences, chronologies, and interposings of their cross and trick questions were concerned, notwithstanding that such meddlesome shenanigans all but made our poor little heroine gag on whatever she happened to be ingesting at the moment. In other words, Melody was unable to establish any grounds on which to find fault with her interrogators when it came to the issue of their professionalism. Professionalism with a capital P, that is. She could discern by their adamant dog-eat-dog demeans that, not unlike mercilessly trained gladiators primed for mortal combat, Garrett and his colleagues were relentlessly rock solid in every conceivable say-so they saw fit to co-opt or espouse, and backed by the very best teams of partners from the most illustrious law, accounting, consulting, racketeering, and investment firms east and west of the Mississippi. Melody was afraid, and not without good reason, that she'd gotten herself into a fix way over her head, a spot from which there was no smiling prospect of a delicately dignified, much less a modestly happy means of egress.